Alright, loses round 2 of the iron bracket. We have PennyPen versus SDGuy. I've only played with SDGuy about once, maybe twice before, so we could be seeing some surprise gameplay from not Mr. T-Spin, sorry, SDGuy here. Surprising way to launch that chain for SDGuy here. And a toot from the back. Does appear to be locked out of his transition right now, but can bring this back, especially if he doesn't. Okay, just need another green, but decides to wait on it a little bit. Does have a 4 chain, but not sure if it counters PennyPen's here. Not quite. We'll be seeing him at a disadvantage though, but of course he is down, not out. Never overtoes over in Puyo Puyo. We'll be getting a 2 chain to kind of slow down PennyPen, but PennyPen's chain is so high that if he can just fill the void there until he gets the 2 greens he needs, which he is coming up right now, SDGuy will be in a noticeable amount of trouble, especially with the panic pop like that. You don't want to panic pop just because your opponent got something off. So I was going to put SDGuy probably near the top. Might actually be a KO here. Near KO, and might as well have been. But that's going to give PennyPen his first point onto the board here. Great. Round 2, we have some taller chaining from PennyPen, like once again, versus looks like Sandwich right now. Just doesn't know what to do with those 2 more colors over there. Figures it out in the end though. Nice transition from 1-1-2 or 2-1-1 to 3-0-1, but unfortunately was a little bit too slow in getting the next piece there. So we'll be missing out on a piece in there. SDGuy could be looking to get to his transition, so he might be clearing the garbage pieces for that. Does specifically get it, but we'll have to figure out that little awkward transition over there. But nice fortune from PennyPen overall, and just now noticed that it was all flat color, or the flat skin for some reason. Just want to point out, this was given from PennyPen. I did not set it to flat, though it is easier to see. It is easier on me to see the colors and what's going on, so that is kind of based. So it looks like SDGuy's chains are a little more boxed up than usual. Still has the opportunity to chain for his transition, but obviously gonna take a little bit of extra work here, but not right now, as SDGuy specifically gets his colors here. He gets a massive 6 chain here. Never mind, that's 7. Can't even count. Once again, recording is at 4 AM, 4:30 now, and yeah, it's been a night. Just trust me on this. But excellent job from SDGuy putting himself on the board. Let's see what the players do with their next chain here. SDGuy's chain's looking pretty good here, I should say. The transition looks nice. Not too sure about the L-shaped transition right there, but it'll work. Not sure about the column 6 and 5 places there with the purples. But once again, really everything else seems to check out pretty good, especially if you can figure out how to make the tail end of the purples work before his transition. Probably would have switched that blue and purple around to get a bigger chain off. But of course, I'm not the one that's playing. Really good 6 from PennyPen, however. But this 6 chain will not counter PennyPen's though, due to the lack of power on that. So the SDGuy will be taking a tumble here. Let's see. Seems to be a little bit of excavation mode for SDGuy here, but a 2 chain might be finishing him off here. Not quite, but he's not down yet. Not looking good, but of course, down but not out. A little bit of GTR going on from PennyPen for the first time. Would like to see that more often from the start of the round than towards the middle of it, but we still take those. What if he's gonna, nope, he's just gonna keep tower building there. Okay. That 3 chain probably could have finished off SDGuy right then and there, since due to their history of not having the most safest chains out there in the world, but still chains regardless. Nice fourth chain from PennyPen, but not enough of a chain to where it bothers SDGuy, because he just got his chain off. Might actually, nope, doesn't cut. The blues are kind of way too tall up there. Would have been a much bigger chain if the green wasn't there in column 4, but does not keep SDGuy from winning here. But SDGuy does need to put something out there before PennyPen goes back down. Nice one chain to stall it, but you will need a green at some point. Probably a misdrop there, but does get another green to make up for it. A power 3 will put Penny up there to touch the X, however, giving SDGuy another point on the board to work with here. So giving himself some room to advance in this loser's bracket here. Round 2 of it, by the way, so the next one will be going, so the next winner of this will be going on to the loser's semifinals. PennyPen looking to try to look for an all clear, but due to the way the colors were placed, did not get it, so he will be feeling that in the morning. SDGuy has some garbage to clean up there, but if you can get to those purples in column 2 without having to break the chain anyway, would be good. Probably would have cushioned the red Puyo over there with the purples, but opted not to do that. We'll be needing a blue, however. And the game literally said no more blues, out of stock. See you next time, buddy. But that's going to be a 4-2 for PennyPen here. Lots of reds, and you don't want that unless your chain was lacking in the red department, which was too late for that, so none of that applies to anyone here. Okay, we see some early chaining going on, early cleanup going on from SDGuy, which resulted in PennyPen actually attacking first. Nasty way to go for SDGuy. An early garbage Puyo hopping on column 1. We only have one Puyo for the transition. Not a good play there. You really need to get a high transition if you want to absorb that next time. PennyPen, not a tall chain for once, but a pretty noticeably good chain here. Forgot the name formation of this one though, but could be looking for a tower here and gets it, especially with that 2 chain. SDGuy didn't in fact catch that and will be suffering for it now, as PennyPen gets the 3 chain and giving him another point. 6-2 match point, I believe, in this match. SDGuy could have actually saved himself there if he actually just set off his chain. But oh no, SDGuy, what are you doing? The all clear start was right there. The game gave it to you. All you had to do was make a 2 chain and you didn't do it. And now PennyPen's just gonna all clear you. Or he's gonna wait and savor this all clear to make a bigger doomsday device for you. It could be both at the same time. Okay, nice defense. Kinda got a little carry with that attack there, PennyPen. Could have probably caught them in a better spot there for that 1 chain and buried them, but of course they're down, not out. Is gonna have to learn to kick flip that red over to the right, however. Personally, in my experience, spamming like the B then A button before it all clears, not all clears you, but column 3s you. Nice 4 chain from SDGuy. Gonna give himself a bit of room to work with here as he gets his 3rd point, but PennyPen once again only needs 1 more point to advance on and to send SDGuy back home in his room, because they're online. PennyPen resorting back to his tower attack, balloon tower defense, I guess, or is it balloon defense? 1 of 2. Regardless, that is going to be some more of that going on here. SDGuy is still doing simple sandwich chains here, really good formations. But of course some tweaks here and there. I do see that the reds and blues were having a little bit of trouble there. Arle's gonna be hissing as she actually gets topped out here by her own teammate, and unfortunately is gonna be sent home now. But PennyPen will be moving on to the Iron Bracket loser semifinals as Carbuncle, or whatever character he decides to use.